Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Bisola. I am a pro makeup artist here in the New York City area, New York tri-state area, New York and Jersey, just New York and Jersey because I'm going to Connecticut. But I may for the right price. So this is something I've been wanting to talk about for a while. As you can see, my eyeshadow, brows, my foundation is done. Yes, my foundation is put on, but you know, there's steps to making your face look flawless. Okay. So I kind of wanted to do like one side, I'm going to show you the difference between highlighting your face, concealing your face, and illuminating your face. So basically, highlighting and concealing your under eye and just highlighting your face. So we're going to talk about that and illuminating. So like I said, I already have my foundation on. It's on my forehead. You don't really see it here and here because that's generally where I apply my concealer because I don't apply concealer. Not concealer, y'all. I don't apply foundation under my eye because I'm already going to go over it with concealer anyway. So it defeats the purpose. And I mentioned this in my last video. If I'm going to add concealer under my eye, foundation under my eye, it just doesn't make any sense because one, it's going to alter the color. So let's say I have this concealer and I really love the color of it. That's the color I want under my eye. If I have foundation on that's darker than the concealer, when I blend it together, it's going to give me a color blend or a match of both foundation and the concealer together, which there's nothing wrong with that. If you like that, that's fine. But for me, whatever the concealer color is, that's what I want to do the job. And I don't need foundation because I like full coverage foundation generally. I don't need full coverage foundation under my eye and then concealer under my eye and then setting powder. We're not doing that, okay? So I kind of want a small or a closer mirror here. For this side, I'm going to, I think because I have just a little, whatever. I'm going to conceal this side and we're going to highlight this side. And I want you guys to see the difference. So this might be a little dark for me for under the eye, or it might be my exact same color. It's my exact same color. And because this is concealing, if that's what you want, you would just, I like using full coverage. That's what I would do. You don't need a lot. You just blend. When I'm just concealing, I like using a brush to feather it out. So that's what I'm doing here. So as you can see, it is concealed and it blends into the rest of my face. And that's also kind of why if I'm just concealing and I don't want anything brightening or brightness under my eye and I just want it to conceal. So if you're someone that wants to do like everyday makeup and you don't have time for like, you know, highlighting your face and anything like that, concealing would be your best bet. You can get one shade that is lighter than your foundation. It will still brighten a little bit. But also, this is why I tell people when you go makeup shopping, don't go with any makeup on, okay? That's truly your best bet. Because sometimes not everyone has one color on their face. Your under eye might be the brightest. So you want to get concealer. If you're only concealing, if you're not worrying about, you know, brightening and, you know, highlighting your face, you will just get the concealer that matches exactly your under eye, not your foundation color. If your face is not one color. If it is, just generally, if you just want to conceal, you get the same shade, basically. So for this eye, I still want to conceal, but I'm also highlighting. So you're going to see the difference. And I'm using the Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer. And as you guys can see, you can already tell, like this is gonna brighten. I mean, I can use the same brush. Well, I'll use the same brush so you guys can see that even if you use a sponge or a brush, it'll still give you a nice blended seamless look. You can either blend or just tap in place. If you don't want to drag it anywhere, you could just tap in place and it'll give you a nice coverage. Tapping in place will also give you a fuller coverage. Opposed to if I just, you see here where I'm feathering it out, it's thinning it out and just giving a nice blend. But here, if I concentrate it, it's just coverage there because I'm not moving it around. So as you can see, here is brighter and I'm just blending it. For me and my makeup, this is what I tend to do. I just happen to have a concealer that also matches my foundation. I rarely, not that I've never, but I rarely do no makeup. I'm just a glam girl. I like glam, okay? I like glam. So this is good for if you just like, I just want to conceal any darkness or any redness or whatever I have for your skin. This you can see. So now let me explain. This has concealed any blemishes I may have had on this side, and I keep it moving. I set my face. But now you see that this has brightened my under eye. Now let's go to the part where it's going to brighten our face. So if I'm going to brighten, not just concealing, because this is not concealing. If I do this, and the tool you use at this point, I would say can be your preference. You can use a sponge. You can use, I like using both. It just depends on what mood I'm in. There's no right or wrong way, and there's no right or wrong tool for this step. So now if I had a blemish on my chin, which I have a bump here, but foundation, no amount of makeup is going to take away texture. No amount of makeup is taking away texture. No amount of makeup is going to take away your texture. Okay? I had to say it 3 times so we understand. So this has now highlighted my chin. And we'll do the same thing for up here on the forehead. You're going to see this is going to highlight the forehead. While it will conceal whatever blemish we have there, it has also now brightened our forehead. So this is highlighting our face. This is highlighting our face. This is just concealing. If I use this color here, it makes no sense because I've already used foundation there and there was no blemish there. So this is now, we've added brightness to our face. So when light hits us, when we go out in the sun, naturally, this is where the light is going to be. Contouring is receding. Highlighting is bringing forth brightness to our face. It's just like light and darkness. Darkness is contouring. And I'm not saying darkness in a negative way. I'm just saying darkness would be like your shadows because you want to recede that. And this is brightening. So yes, this is concealing, but we're also brightening the face. 2 different things. If I just wanted concealing, it would be this. If I wanted concealing and brightening, it would be this. And you could just use a brightener. Rare Beauty has a nice one. Burberry also has one. We all know the Touche Éclat from YSL. That's what those things do, brightening. Like the brightening pen, that's what they do. They're supposed to brighten your under eye. So to now take this forward, what I like to do, like when it comes to the blending part, my foundation brush, I just, whatever edge that's not fully blended out, you can just look at it in your mirror. Because you can still see that my chin and my forehead and this under eye is still bright. I'm looking here because my mirror is here, and I'm looking here because my monitor is here, and I got 2 cameras going. So if my eyesight is not matching, just know I got a lot going on. Okay. So I take, with no product on my, or with no extra product on my foundation brush, I just go over the edges where you still see that this under eye is brighter, but it's blended. See? Blended. And like I said, if you want, it's just because this brush is really amazing. This is the Sigma Soft Blend Concealer F64. Beautiful, does a great job. But it was just the closest thing to me. All my sponges are like clean and this like far, whatever. So there's no right or wrong tool to use when it comes to concealing. You can use a sponge and or a concealer brush of your preference. Okay. So now the next step we would go with is, what I like to do, I like using brushes and sponge in conjunction to set my under eye. Now I done told y'all my sponge is far away and it's like clean, but I'm gonna grab it. I'm just gonna spray it because it would have already been damped from me using it prior. I don't remember ever using like dry sponges, okay? It's not something we do here. So, under the eye that we want brightening, this is a Sigma Soft Focus Setting Powder in the shade Cinnamon. So because I want brightness here, we're gonna use something that's gonna keep the under eye bright. And for the other place that we added the brighter concealer. Also the forehead. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not someone that ever needs to contour their forehead because it's pretty small, like, but I like doing it anyway because I'm extra, hello. And then, because I'm trying to not be wasteful here, and I just don't feel like getting up. The other side of the sponge that is now damp, I am going to use a translucent powder. That Sigma powder is translucent, but it has a tint to it. This is just a regular translucent powder. And this is the Bio Blurring Loose Setting Powder from House Labs. It looks like so. Do you see the difference? I hope y'all do. So I'm gonna turn. Don't worry about all of this. We're gonna blend that out. See how it's just like translucent? I'm gonna sweep it off also. But you see how you can still see the color of this? Now let me sweep it off because you can still see that this is brighter than this. So we're keeping up with the consistency of brightness on this side, opposed to this where once I sweep it off and I set my face, you will still see that this is brighter and this will just look like my skin, like nothing is there because it's just concealing, no brightness is happening there. Okay. Let me use a little fluffy. This is a powder brush. This is Sigma F12 and this is setting powder brush, but I'm just going to sweep that off. Now, I always like to just go like this, back and forth, to make sure there are no crazy harsh lines. Sometimes if you're just looking straight on, you don't see where it's not blended out. That's why I'm always doing this. So you guys can see this, if if I turn this way, you can see that this is still brighter. If I turn this way, you can still see this is the side that just like skin. Okay. So now let's get into the illuminating part. What is the closest highlighter to me? This. Okay, so I have this newest, I was gonna do a video on this, but we're here, so we're gonna go on this. This is also what I have on my eyes. This is the new Tom Ford Soleil de Fou Glow Highlighter. And in other languages, when it translates, you see on the highlighter, it always says illuminator. So this, the shade I have here is 01 Mirage, and these come in two colors. I would say if you're brown to deep dark skin, go with the 01 Mirage, and if you're medium brown to light, go with 02 Oasis. So honestly, there's this center color here. Focus. I wish you guys can see that, but I don't know if you can. But it's in the indentation of the TF. It's a different kind of gold. So this is where illuminating comes in. And I know I have not set the rest of my face. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not going nowhere. So I tend to just tap or jiggle here. Let me take always tap off your brush. I almost was about to play myself. So this, yes, it's called a highlighter, but this is the part of when you're now illuminating your skin. And you're illuminating your, your cheekbone. I wouldn't want all of my face to be illuminated, because in the light, in natural light, when you go outside or when you take pictures, it does not look good. Is that how I want to phrase that? Yeah, because you don't want highlighter, especially something like this, to illuminate all over your skin for your everyday use. Let me blend this and we're going to discuss. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. One thing I love about Tom Ford highlighters, the ones I have so far, they just always look like your skin is the glow. So sometimes you can do circle motion, or you could do just up and down, up and down. And sometimes you just have to follow your face structure. I have really high cheekbones. Sometimes I go this way, and it depends on what my makeup is. If I just want to concentrate it here because I have a lot of things going on my face, I'll do that. Because I have a lot of cheek real estate, I like to bring it all over, because I'm still going to add blush. I like adding my highlighter before my blush. But now you see that this side of my face, just my cheek, is illuminated. This is not. And this is not. Now, there are different types of illuminators. If you want your body to glow, there are body illuminators for that, because your body is glowing. It's illuminating, right? It's not just it's not brightness. It's illuminating. That's what this does. This does not give you brightness. It gives you a glow. A good example I can give is, when you're watching, what production is that? I don't remember, but like the Minions, whatever production company that is, when they do their little intro and it says illumination, and they turn the light on and the light is just cast on that specific spotlight and it illuminates only that spotlight, not the whole thing. That's what illuminating is on the face. It's when you turn to the light, it gives you that spotlight. Your whole face is not that. So illuminating is not making something brighter, is giving it a spotlight of glow. It's illuminating just that one area. You know what I'm trying to say? Does that make sense? Especially when it comes to powder. I'm gonna do my other side, but I want to show you guys something. Do I want to do this? Yes, I do. I have a lot of body illuminators. I want to show you guys. Okay, so the closest to me here, these two. I have other ones, plenty. So I have this Tom Ford Skin Illuminator, and this is 03 Bronze Glow. And then I have this Yummy Skin Glow Serum. Essentially, both of these are illuminators, okay? I like these, you could put all over your body, especially the Tom Ford one. This, I mean, I mix both of them, especially during the summertime, on my body. But I also mix it during, or with my foundation. So then your face can be glowing and illuminated, but it won't look like this, like a spotlight. So this is Yummy Skin. So if I try to blend it so you can see it better. So I would say out of these two, the Tom Ford one and the Danessa Myricks one, I would say this is more subtle than this. You're gonna see what I mean in a second. I want to use the tiniest bit because this, it gives you like, I'm scared. I don't want to pump it too hard. Okay, and this is the Tom Ford one, which a tiny bit goes a long way. And they're two different colors. So let me blend this out more, this Tom Ford one. And then the Danessa right next to it. Oh, this is better. So they both give you different tones. If I mix these together, I mean, because you could do whatever you want with your illuminator. I would say though, the Tom Ford one, I've worn it a couple of times with my foundation. It's definitely, it doesn't claim that on the product, but it's definitely on the waterproof side because it will not budge. Once I have it set with everything, it doesn't budge. So this is both of them mixed together. It's just like my hand is glowing compared to my other hand. So this is what an illuminator does. And this hand is just dry, child. And this will illuminate your face. So, I hope I have done my face or this explanation some justice, but my face is not done. So let's set everything on this side. Use that same highlighter to illuminate my cheek. See how that just a little bit is now illuminating my nose? Oh, this is actually so beautiful. So you can see the difference. Let me set my face so y'all can see. Okay. In another video, I'm not doing like showing you guys contour in this video because that's going to be another detailed video. I want to show you how you can contour your face for a round face because my face is very round and I want to show you guys what that looks like. Okay. I look crazy. I'm looking in the mirror and I could tell this under eye just looks brighter. What I like to go in with, actually, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, when I typically brighten my eye, when I do this, I always, if I can find it, there it goes. I always Like, we'll go in with a finishing powder. And this one, I don't know if you could get it anywhere, but there are plenty of amazing finishing powder. This just has like a beautiful sheen to it. It's supposed to be a face powder, but I use it under my eye. It's just gonna make this side just stay brighter. And this is from Burberry, and this is their, what is this? It's called Nude Powder, and it is the Sheer Luminous Pressed Powder. Yeah, this is from Burberry. I need to speak this. I need to write Burberry. What's going on? Burberry, what's going on? Are you bringing your makeup back to Sephora or? So, another powder that's like this that would get the job done is the Sephora Collection Micro Smooth Powder. I don't have it here. That's what I would have used, but I don't have it here with me because it is in my work makeup bag in my office. I have a whole full beat face down bag in my office and it stays there, okay? I don't typically do this step for my forehead and my chin because it's just, this is just where I like it concentrated. For the brighter powder anyway. So you can see that this is just brighter than this. Yeah, I'm gonna go back in with this highlighter. I don't know if it's because I like it or I'm just like trying to just illuminate the cheek. And you know, when you're saying I'm highlighting my cheek, and somebody else says, it doesn't mean that they're wrong, but this is just like knowing the difference because it is also still highlighting that area. It's just not brightening. So highlighting your face is different from like highlighting your cheek. Highlighting your face is using like brighter concealer. I wanted to make that distinction clear so y'all not like, what the she talking about, okay? I didn't add powder, like more powder under here, so I don't know why I'm adding more highlighter. Mind your business, thank you. And this is the step where I kind of go over everything I've done. So no more powder on the brush, but I'll just, you know. And this is after I have contoured. I'm just now getting into bronzer. The only bronzer I have to use for myself is the Pat McGrath one because I use bronzer like crazy on my, not in a bad way, on my clients, but on myself. I've just never been a bronzer girly. But now, you know, I don't mind it. So I'm saying I go over like all the steps before I even try to set my face to make sure everything is blended. So back in with blending and then going back to brows. You know why? Because all the brushing and all the craziness that I've done, I need to now put it back in place. See the difference? See the difference? See the difference? Anyway, wherever, if you ever notice that you do your brows and it's fine and there's sparse areas, just go over with brow gel and it will fix the problem. So yeah, I like it. So we have concealed the side. The concealer I used, I think I mentioned this, and everything will be linked in my description box if you're watching this on YouTube. And if you're here on the vertical apps, it will be available for you to just, wherever I have a link, click on there, okay? It will be available. Promise you that, okay? I promise you. But if I didn't mention it, the concealer I used is one size, and what's the name of this? Turn Up the Base Concealer, and the shade that I use to just conceal is Deep 4. For my brightener side, this is the new Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer. The shade is RN9. While we're here, I have, I should have used, no, I did my face already. I got these new lip perfector from Clarins. They sent them to me. Is this what I want to do? Do I want to do this? Or do I want to do this? I'm going to do this. Oh. This is what the applicator looks like. Is this gloss? Oh, it's gloss. I was scared for nothing. I should have used the red one. Okay, this is a nice everyday color. Let's go over with the red one, because now we just here. Yeah. A little tint. Now, I know y'all still see this may look a little like still makeup-y, powdery. Let's set our face. I'm gonna use, I don't use this that much, but this is the Grip and Set Refresh Spray from Milk. I almost said from Hydro Grip. From Milk. And this setting spray reminds me of why I don't use it. This is too glowy. Just a little powder. And then just go back and let's. Right. Just like my inner corners here. You don't want that to, but look at the, do you see the illumination happening here? Just, you can see my under eye, right? It looks nice and just nice. But in this way that I'm looking at my monitor, hopefully it translates well on the screen. But like, look at the brightness, and this just looks like one side. So that is like how I can show you guys the difference between brightening your face, highlighting your face, and just concealing. Because this is concealing and highlighting. This is just concealing. Okay? And that is it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.